This morning around 3:30, troopers were dispatched to a fatal crash on the elevated West Bank Expressway near Ames Boulevard. Once they got there and started investigating everything, they learned that two occupants, adult male occupants, were riding a motorized scooter in the center lane of the elevated expressway. When doing so, another vehicle approached the rear of them and actually impacted the front of that vehicle, impacted the rear of that motorized scooter, ejecting those occupants. Those two occupants are two unidentified black male subjects. They are yet to be identified. And unfortunately, they did both succumb to their injuries this morning. We do have, our troopers have been working diligently all morning to get as much information as possible, and we do have a vehicle description. We know that that vehicle that struck that motorized scooter is a 2004 white Ford F-150 extended cab. That truck is going to have significant damage to the front of the vehicle, to include the hood, as well as a toolbox, a silver toolbox in the bed of that truck. It could display a Texas license plate of CCD 3344, but it could also not display a plate and could also have an incorrect plate on that vehicle. So we want to emphasize that if you see a vehicle matching that description that has that significant damage to the front of it, please contact us. You can contact Louisiana State Police Troop B at 504-471-2775. Even if the license plate does not match, we would rather err on the side of caution and investigate all potential vehicles than have something eliminated because it doesn't match it completely. So again, 504-471-2775. That'll put you to State Police Troop B. If you see a white Ford F-150 extended cab with significant damage to the front and possibly having Texas license plates, please give us a call.
A couple of questions that I've just seen people asking on social media. Let's start with the scooters. They've been curious about what type of scooter this is. Is that allowed on the roadway?
So unfortunately, the scooter had significant, it did become engulfed and flamed. It actually became lodged under the truck after the crash and became engulfed in flames. And as of now, we're actually unable to identify the actual make and model of that vehicle. So as far as all the identifying factors of that, we're still trying to work out that part of the investigation.
Is that something that is allowed on the road?
There are certain motorized scooters that are allowed, depending on the engine size and the type of scooter. There are some that are allowed.
And two, I think you said in the release too, they were wearing the appropriate helmet and things like that.
That's correct. Both occupants were wearing a DOT approved helmet, but unfortunately they did succumb to their injuries.
And talk about the license plate too.